Hey, what up, Jade? Hope you're well. This game looks sick, by the way. It's on my wish list.
Na terenie należy zachować zasady bezpieczeństwa i higieny pracy.
This does look very unique. I like it. I got my run timer. I'll pause it. Or not. Whatever. Nah, this looks insane, actually. No, Mimikia doesn't kill at the bonfire. This game does have a demo, it does.
Hey, you.
Is this a Sea of Thieves thing? Nah. This is Ark? Dodo from Ark? It's a zip-like?
Explore a world that evolution forgot in Under a Rock, launching in early access next summer. Up next, the clock ticks towards the dark hour once again. February brings a long overdue reimagining for the game that found the magic mix of after-school extracurriculars and interdimensional dungeon crawls. In the 22 slot, here's a message from game producer Ryoto Nitsuma about the upcoming remake of Persona 3.
Oh.
Number 22, Persona 3 Reload.
PC ゲーミングショーをご覧の皆さん、こんにちは。ペルソナ3リロードプロデューサーの新妻亮太です。この度は数多くのタイトルからモーストウォンテッドゲームズに本作を選んでいただき誠にありがとうございます。皆さんの大きな期待を感じられてとても嬉しいとともに、その思いに応えられるようにしなければと開発一同身が引き締まる思いです。ペルソナシリーズのターニングポイントとなったペルソナ3から17年、今の P スタジオの手で装いを新たに生まれ変わったペルソナ3リロード。本作の登場キャラクターの一人、浜田健の紹介映像を先日公開しましたが、見ていただけましたでしょうか。まだ見られていない方のためにも、本日はこちらを皆さんと一緒に見ていきたいと思います。ではどうぞ。
So, I decided to call this meeting to introduce him to the rest of the squad.
I'll try not to get in anyone's way.
Swallow will air this winter as a TV special.
Huh? Wow! It started off with Swallow as the main character. I gotta make sure I record that.
Hey, you.
Yeah, I watch it every week without fail. But this TV special is big news. Swallow doesn't usually make much of an impression, but there's a theory that he's actually stronger than Hawk. I heard that from a friend. I chose a long weapon so I could match the reach of an adult.
Oh, I see, Ekmek. All right, I like that.
Ah! Oh, I hit my shin again. There! Die! Now's my chance. Fly! I'm catching this!
いかがでしたか？シーズとして活躍する初等部の少年天田健。ぜひパーティーに入れて一緒に戦ってみてください。ペルソナ3リロードはこれまでにペルソナ3をプレイしたことのある方にも初めてプレイする方にも自信を持ってより鮮明に描かれる感動をお届けいたします。ペルソナ3リロードは2024年2月2日に発売
I
予
do
定
not
で
need
す。
that, Paris. No.
皆様に楽しんでいただけるようチーム一同頑張っていきますのでぜひご期待ください。ありがとうございました。
Follow character? No, I just started. Choose your path. It's a crazy game. I've never seen it. You build a railroad? 4v4 showdowns? What? Oh, it's a great co-op game? Just don't derail. Okay. Huh. Yeah, I got a bit of an overcooked feeling on it.
Unravel 2 steams into early access in 2024. We continue our march through the most wanted with a game that's a truly handcrafted work of art. A stop-motion story of friendship on an alien seabed featuring a lovingly sculpted ensemble
Oh, nice,
of
Valen, yeah.
stranded weirdos. Let's take a look.
Number 21, Harold Halibut.
Hi. More than 10 years ago, we started building tiny sets and puppets to make our game Harold Halibut.
Now, the wait is almost over. Enjoy our new trailer.
Learning about people is a kind of adventure, a way of exploring lots of little worlds that exist within the Fedora. Even if one of those little worlds looks barren and uninhabitable from the outside, usually when you make contact with it, you'll find plenty of life and laughter there.
Hello again, my alien fish bud. How are you doing? Too bad you can't tell me.
Were you? I quite wondered if maybe you'd take Harold with you.
Me? To the cave?
Yes, to investigate the source of the particles.
Humans are so unpredictable and complicated.
What am I
There is
looking
almost
at?
nothing to understand.
Please witness the future of Fedora.
I thought you said it wasn't a vote.
It's not. I just happen to agree with them. Is that Dr. Computer? You may commence stage D as discussed.
Something is afoot. Too many things that don't add up.
It all seems a bit fishy to me. By the way, he's saying he's a human.
Hmm?
You must understand. Sands of Ulra is a great entry in the blossoming ARPG genre, and you can play it today on Steam. We have suffered. Faced the corruption, ruin, and death. But we have also experienced beauty.
Frames?
Kindness, union, and ingenuity. Yet there is much left to be discovered. Maybe together we'll find something here worth saving.
Now let's see some more titles from Freedom Games.
No new Gollum likes, no. Slavio. Yo. This is very cozy. Lost Isle. Okay. Rust. Oh, this is very Rust. With magic.
Find out more about G.I. Joe Wrath of Cobra,
Wait,
Echoes
what?
of the Plum Grove, and Lost Isle on the PC Gaming Show Steam page. Back to you, Frankie.
What do I mean? Bloodborne PC?
2023 has been one of the best years on record for RPGs. With Baldur's Gate 3 ushering in a renaissance for classic role-playing, could there be a better time for a game set in a new universe from Ed Greenwood, creator of the Forgotten Realms? For a closer look at the upcoming RPG sandbox, we traveled to Montreal, Canada to speak with the developers of Unforetold Witchstone.
Factions, empires, gods, they rise and they fall. The actions of individuals set the course of history, and you are one of them.
Was Bloodborne PC announced? No, but I'm hoping it is. One can always hope and cope, man.
How will you shape fate?
Nothing mega for Lexiphones, no.
I'm Malik Bukira. I'm a co-founder of Spearhead Games, and on the games I do creative direction and design. The aspects of the tabletop experience of RPGs that we really want to bring, the freedom is a big aspect, and not just the freedom, the sense of agency with that world. Freedom alone is cool, you can do different things, but you want that world
I will
to
launch a lot,
respond.
yes.
And on tabletop, you have a game master, you have other players, there's always a response to the things you do. Freedom is also about creativity, feeling clever, feeling like you did things your way.
Like a tabletop RPG, players are more free to do stuff that they want to do, right? Usually in CRPGs, you'll see player being locked into certain dialogue options. We decided that no, we want a way sort of philosophically, the player can construct their own sentences.
When it comes to dialogue, we added something that's really cool and unique, which we call the influence system. And it unlocks interacting with characters, talking to them at a really cool level. So you start by determining something you want from that character, whether it's just following you around, meet you somewhere, attack someone, give you something they have in their inventory, or join you as a companion even if you want. And then you pick an approach. How do you want to go about that? You can go sweet talk them, be charming about it. You can threaten them. You can blackmail them. You can argue with them logically if you have like a smart character. If you're a cleric, maybe you can convince them it's the right religious thing to do.
We decided on turn-based combat because, first of all, it is truer to the tabletop experience, but also, like our dialogue and a lot of the choices that you make in the game, we really want players to have the time to reflect and sort of make the best tactical decisions, even in combat.
How long was this show? Was it 90 minutes?
You can find Unforetold Wildstone on Steam. It's still in development, but you can wishlist it already and join the conversation about the game.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of a DS3 run. I don't know if it's worth watching or not. Depends on how long it is.
A world's worth of stories is ours to tell in Unforetold Witchstone, launching in early access on Steam on January 25th, 2024. What a moment RPGs are having, eh? You can add every game on our wishlist to your Steam wishlist by visiting the PC Gaming Show Steam page. Go to pcgamer.com/wishlist for a full list of every game in today's show.
I'm done eating, yeah.
Up next on our most wanted list, you'll want to keep your blaster hand ready. In a galaxy of scoundrels, sometimes it pays to shoot first.
Number 20, Star Wars Outlaws.
Okay.
Hey there, I'm Ammunition. I'm a content creator, but if you couldn't tell, I'm also a huge Star Wars nerd. I'm really excited about Star Wars Outlaws. I have very high hopes for it because the Star Wars universe obviously is very cool. They're focusing on kind of more of the original trilogy era, which is very cool, but I'm also happy that they are not doing a
probably not
Jedi or Force sensitive thing. At least that's what it appears from the trailer, but rather just like a heist video game, which should be really cool. And I love seeing developers lean into single player games because not everything needs to be multiplayer, not everything needs to be online. I love single player stories that are crafted to be just a really good experience from start to finish. So I'm really excited about it, and I hope that Star Wars Outlaws is a 10 out of 10.
Controlero thanks to 108. I know, right? Jamie thanks 5 years. Spoon Sales 75. Cheese balls. Big 50. Jesus 76. Thank you.
My turn.
Jackpot!
I ain't digging no hole.
Now's my turn. What do you mean? Don't test me.
Hey, man!
Boosters engaged.
Finally, a challenge.
Locked and loaded.
From the makers of Void Bastards, yeah, it was.
Ready for what's
Got
about
the
to
feel.
happen.
Lighten the fuse.
True. Wild Bastards.
This space western roguelike hits high noon when Wild Bastards arrives on Steam in 2024. Coming up on The Most Wanted, our exclusive on-location interviews with the development studios creating Path of Exile 2 and Homeworld 3. Plus, we're giving away a custom-built Intel PC. You like computers, don't you? Stay tuned for your chance to win. Let's continue our countdown, shall we? We have all heard that
This is
devils
not
may
ad
cry.
stream, no.
But do they kickflip? From Devolver Digital, a dreamlike game of diabolical skating.
Number 19, Skate Story.
Oh wait, I've seen a bit of this. This looks dank as fuck.
We got our first glimpse of Skate Story way back in 2020, leaving us with fevered visions of a demon with glass skin, a skateboard, and a quest to swallow the moon. Pairing a vivid afterlife realm with the acrobatic and dangerous play of skateboarding seems like the perfect thematic match.
I mean, this game actually looks
Our
sick,
Most
though.
Wanted experts are desperate to land an unholy heel flip in the underworld.
Looks very Devolver.
Now, as we all know, pirates have two great weaknesses: scurvy and poor infrastructure. But in this up-and-coming city builder, the true pirate utopia is yours to build, ensuring the golden age of piracy lives on. Coming in 2024, here's the world premiere, Republic of Pirates, Ireland.
Yarr! Ah! I do have a run waiting, yeah. I don't mind continuing it. But what if they show something about Elden Ring DLC, though? Whoa! Data jack? This actually looks really cool.
To add some mega corporate espionage to your Steam wishlist,
Mega.
find DataJack 2020 on the PC Gaming Show Steam page at pcgamer.com/wishlist. The Most Wanted continues with the first strategy game selected by our panel of judges. Menace is coming to us from Hooded Horse, a specialty strategy publisher, and Overhype Studios, the folks who made the gritty tactical medieval game Battle Brothers. Now they're trading low fantasy for the far future in their first 3D game. Get ready to give those aliens hell, but not too quickly, as this is a turn-based game.
Number 18, Menace.
Yo, X's, thanks for 77. Thank you, bro. Is that gore? Finudus, thanks 15, thank you. We've seen this before. This looks kind of cool, actually. Yeah, we've seen it a bit, Slavio, for sure. Chia. Tequila.
The world as we know it is dead. But with every death, new life blossoms. A life crying out into the void, fighting for its survival tooth and nail. A life that adapts, overcomes, and continues to rise above any and all. Life that learns to idolize and worship, sacrifice and maim, wage war.
No Gollum likes,
and
no.
destruction. A life that burns so bright it may set the world ablaze. And you decide if its survival is in the cards.
Arnhive.
Up next, one of our favorite studios, Obsidian, is expanding Pillars of Eternity into a first-person RPG called Avowed. One of the things that intrigues us about Avowed is that it specifically isn't setting out to put you in a sprawling sandbox, but something more concentrated, like the studio's recent sci-fi RPG, The Outer Worlds. And here's another curveball. The gameplay reveal trailer showed flintlock pistols. I'll say it again. We might be living in the best moment for RPGs.
I recognize about. Yo, wait, that was this. Yeah.
Number 17.
Yes,
Avowed.
this game actually looks good. If it's that one.
Avowed has me super excited because of the studio.
Daniel's Video Game Entertainment Industry Incorporated trademark.
From Vegas to The Outer Worlds, they've shown us they know how to make an RPG that I'm gonna love. When I was watching the gameplay trailer, I was seeing all these flashy weapons and cool spells and these big dungeons, and I was thinking to myself, there's a little bit of Elder Scrolls in there, but with a Obsidian twist on it, as they always do. So I'm looking forward to probably crafting and big, beautiful storytelling, big set pieces, and a gorgeous, dangerous world to explore. And I'm going to sink my teeth into it.
Oh.
The Living Lands await in Avowed, coming sometime next year. Now, one of the cool things about PC games is that it's the platform for the eccentric and the experimental. This is the platform where unconventional games about hypnospace detectives or city builders on space wells are born, where Farming Simulator has its own esports scene. Our next game is in that same legacy of weirdness, but with plenty of interesting ideas underneath an art house exterior. Indica is a meditation on religion and authority, following a nun's existential journey with the devil by her side. Let's see what kind of trouble the game's creators in Kazakhstan are getting into.
I don't know what's up with the focus in this scene.
Let me tell you about Indica. Who is she, you ask? Well, she's a nun. A rather plain one, if you ask me. She prays a lot, works hard. Really hard. Goodness, she even finds some time to chat with, what do you call it? Chot. Poor girl. Of all the boring places, why do you want to go to heaven?
Oh, Demeter. Oh. I was like a mechanic.
Hey, you.
What the fuck is... Okay. Yo, Askell, thanks tier 329. Bro, thank you.
Indica arrives on PC in early 2024. Next, we've got a new game in a genre that continues to evolve and grow, the extraction shooter. Hawked is a colourful comic-style PvPvE game where players deploy to a stylish island called Exile to battle lizardmen and fellow mercenaries for the treasures of a lost world. Now playable in early access on Steam, here's a fresh look at Hawked.
No, it's just that, like, Frankie scene by Cox. Yeah,
This is what legends are made. This is what we made the grade. Gotta be number one. Snakes on my trail, but the damage is done. Man, it feels good to be bad. Ran all this way, so stay mad. Hey, this is my lifestyle. Yeah, I'm living in exile. Now my head's underwater. Bring me back to the light. It's too late to cash out, yeah, but I'm coming in hot. Life on the line, fortune is mine. Last chance to fire my shot. Ow. Unholy grail in the dark ages, pulling my strings. I'm the fire, I'm the spark, I'll turn it into kings. Everybody's fighting for something, cause you don't get money for nothing. The chips are down, but you're not out yet. Go teach them a lesson.
Was this extraction shooter, apparently?
It's too late to cash out, yeah, but I'm coming in hot. Life on the line, fortune is mine. Last chance to fire my shot. Last chance to fire my shot.
Hawked.
Hey, you.
Hawked. Noemi, thanks 64. Doing well. Angel, thanks 22. Thank you.
Hawked is playable now in early access ahead of its full launch next year on PC and console. To claim free in-game items and premium currency, visit playhawk.com/rally today. Don't miss your chance. Make sure you drop into Exile with a full loadout for the full release of Hawked coming in 2024. Next on the Most Wanted countdown, Dragon's Dogma devotees finally get their wish with a long-awaited sequel.
Yes!
Number 16. Dragon's Dogma 2. If you're hoping for a masterwork in open-world monster slaying,
Masterworks
you
all.
can't go wrong with Capcom's RPG cult hit. Capcom has shown just how good it is at creating these mixed action and fantasy RPGs with recent entries in the Monster Hunter series. And Dragon's Dogma 2 looks to continue that trend. Fresh crop of climbable chimeras and a bounty of befriendable pawns. The endless chain stretches on in Dragon's Dogma 2.
With Dragon's Dogma 2, we're 10 games deep into the Most Wanted, and things are about to get a lot colder. In 2018, Frostpunk won wide praise as a chillingly bleak city builder. In a sequel set 30 years later, new factions arise as resurgent humanity faces its new greatest threat.
Well,
itself. Let's hear from the game developer in Poland, 11-Bit Studios.
No, repeat.
Number 50.
1080.
Frostpunk 2.
I did not play Frostpunk 1, but I know of it. I did play this War of Mine, though.
We survived the storm. But it changed us. Mere survival was no longer enough. We kept expanding. More and more people. Dreaming different futures. Conflicting futures.
You can make children eat sawdust in this game? Oh my god.
Hi, I'm Kuba Stokalski. And I'm Łukasz Juszczyk. We are both game directors responsible for Frostpunk 2, here at 11-Bit Studios. What you've just seen is the first gameplay teaser of Frostpunk 2, and as you can clearly see, a lot has changed since the first game, especially the scale of our city. But what remains the same is harsh post-apocalyptic atmosphere that hopefully will resonate with you once again. Stay tuned for more, because the gameplay trailer for Frostpunk 2 is just around the corner.
Alright.
I'm Brandon Sheffield, the creative director of Demon School, and I want to tell you about our tactical battle system. This is the planning phase where we'll plot our movements, which can be rewound at any time. Characters can only move in straight lines or side steps, like if you combined a king and a knight in chess. You attack enemies by running straight into them. You can see Faye did 1 point of damage here. Namako doesn't deal damage, but stuns and debuffs enemies, reducing their defense. Now if our other damage dealer Destin hits this demon, he'll do 2 points of damage. But we can take this further. If Newt, our healer, heals a character with full health, they get an attack buff. Destin now does 4 points of damage to this enemy. You can also do combos by pushing or pulling an enemy into another friendly character, as Namako and Faye are doing here. Once you're happy with your choices, you start the action phase and watch it go. These are the main puzzle pieces you'll be working with, but there are 15 characters, each with their own unique abilities for you to discover. You can also study new techniques, improve your relationships, fight huge bosses, and unravel the mystery of why demons are breaking through to the human world on this mysterious island. We hope you enjoy it.
This actually looks really cool. No, my title is Cope. Let me type a Shirley in front of it. Shirley Bloodborne PC. How about that? I can remove food break from it. There we go. Shirley Bloodborne PC. What was this? Classic.
The Dark One. You want to stream. They will watch. They will follow. Do not leave. Stream. We are watching you. Stream. We are in your machine. Stream. We are in your skin. Stream. 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 Stream your death.
What? Okay, that's intriguing. What the hell is that?
Next, with the only game on the most wanted list that's available now in early access, a team of retro shooter specialists are asking an important question. What if Bloodborne played like Thief if Thief had a pump shotgun? From New Blood Interactive, here's our latest look at Gloomwood, featuring its upcoming Underport area and introducing us to the terrifying Crowman.
You don't just name drop Bloodborne on the PC gaming show like that.
Number 14, Gloomwood.
Gloomwood looks banger though. And now I have to watch the rest of the show. I look forward to this game. Actually gonna bang hard.
Gloomwood opens the gates to the Underport District in early 2024 with more early access updates to follow. Newegg is, of course, one of our favourite places to find upgrades, and later in the show, we'll be sharing some recommendations in our holiday wish list. But we've also partnered with Newegg to build a... Oh, wait, am I reading this teleprompter right? We bought an egg-shaped computer.
I'm inside. What's my target?
One new egg. Guess this is the egg. Oh.
See, you found my egg. What the hell is it?
Right.
Head to pcgamer.com/egg to watch the full video. The next game on the most wanted would probably rank higher if we knew a single thing about it. I mean, it's a decade after the release of Grand Theft Auto 5, and GTA Online is still clearing $500 million every year. How the hell do you follow that? And how scared should we be of the answer? Let's hear from our voting panel on how GTA 6 earned this position in our countdown.
What? Well, they're not gonna. They're not gonna show anything.
Yo, what's up, guys? My name is S-Fand, and I just wanted to share with you guys how incredibly excited I am for Grand Theft Auto 6.
My personal pick for the PC gaming show Most Wanted has to be Grand Theft Auto 6, because at this point it has been about 10 years.
10 years since Grand Theft Auto 5.
Storylines are always absolutely fantastic.
It's one of the greatest video game franchises of all time.
I'm excited to dive into a new immersive world, new cities, new surroundings.
Just the amount of things that you can do in this open world sandbox, and whether you just want to screw around.
Rockstar recently acquired CFX, which is the company that own 5M, and that is where NoPixel is hosted, and NoPixel is one of my favorite GTA roleplay servers.
I hope you guys are excited as I am. I think Rockstar has a lot of hype around it right now.
And very excited to see what it holds.
I hope you guys enjoy it when the game comes out.
Oh man, is it worth it? I don't know. I could be further into the run, man. They're not gonna show like Bloodborne PC or anything, chat. There's gonna be Yakuza news though. Oh, then I'm definitely not watching.
Alrighty then. Nems just went live and started his run. Imagine if he gets it first try while you were watching this late.
What do you mean first try? He was up practicing till 5 a.m. He practiced the entire run. Yeah, okay. He was practicing forever on his ult. There was stream trailer. Oh, okay, lazy. Interesting. Huh. He died already? Oh god. Classic though, classic. Okay, one more announcement.
Tyranny in Valorite, coming to early access in December. Our next game rounds out a killer combo of high-profile fighting games that have hit PC in the last year. Ready? Fight.
Fight.
Number 12, Tekken 8.
Let's go! I did play this at DreamHack. Tight.
It's been more than 6 years since Tekken last entered the ring on PC, and we're more than ready for a rematch. With revised fighting mechanics going all in on aggression and 32 characters to try before you settle on the guy with the leopard head, Tekken 8 weighs in right in the middle of our most wanted list.
We're moving forward in our rankings with a sequel to a Metroidvania favorite. We're talking, of course, about Hollow Knight Silksong.
Oh, hey, Frankie. I think you could use a little backup on this one.
Hi, Sean. How did you do
Chat,
that?
it's not happening. It's not happening.
It's PC Gamer's tradition to have us, like, orbiting in a space frigate or in an underground facility, so I just started calling around.
You video called a World War II bunker?
I did. My powers are great, and so is my excitement for Hollow Knight Silksong.
Yeah, but they're chat. They're not gonna.
Number 11.
they're
Hollow
not.
Knight Silksong.
Please.
Allow me to share 3 reasons why I'm excited for Hollow Knight Silksong. First, the graphics. I adore the original Hollow Knight art style, and they're giving me more, but elevating it with more detail and layering. 2, combat in motion. The original Hollow Knight somehow was able to blend super fast, snappy movement with slow, chunky Souls-like combat. And if you look at the Silksong trailer, you're seeing all sorts of new moves that allow you to dance around your enemies and jump around the environment. It makes me really excited for the second-to-second experience. But the third and the biggest reason is exploration. Team Cherry are masters of this. There would be a ledge in the original Hollow Knight, but when I finally was able to get there would be hours of content behind there, or new bosses, or new enemies, or entirely new zones. And it's that exact combination of a beautiful game that's fun and second-to-second gameplay that rewards my exploration. Oh, I literally can't wait for Silksong.
Yeah, there's no way they're gonna show their release
Thanks
date there.
for your Silksong expertise, Sean. What began as a spin-off expansion to Team Cherry's beloved Metroidvania is now one of our most sought-after sequels, assuming it leaves hiding someday. Before we move forward with more previews, we want your input, and we're offering a PC-sized reward. Follow the QR
I mean, it's
code
just
on
gonna be
screen
this
and
like the
click
hype
that PC
games. They're
Gaming
not gonna
Show
show
viewer
anything new,
survey,
chat.
And you could win a custom-built AC Mirage gaming PC powered by an Intel Core i9-14900K CPU. And now, a world premiere.
Two people have been reported missing. A male and a female were last seen heading to the forest 2 days ago.
A teen has not been seen since September 24th. We had a chance to speak with the mother.
It's been 3 years.
What is this?
There are a lot of rumors about the lake. Do you personally believe that there's something sinister hiding in there? No, of course not. People love ghost stories, but in the end, they're just stories. Just stories. Just stories. Just stories. Just stories.
That looks interesting. I like that. Drowned Lake. Okay. Our Lady of the Drowned Lake. Oh, it is Onyx?
We're
Game
nearing
Yam.
the heavy hitters selected by our panel of industry experts as their top 10 most wanted games. But first, a fresh look at the gun fu gameplay of Spine.
Redline, as your combat AI, I have to warn you that pressing the wrong floor may lead to unexpected consequences.
Who the fuck are you?
No elevator this time.
Is this gameplay? Nah. It looked a little bit like it at some points. Oh, they said it's cutscene. Oh, I missed it. Lula.
Bringing cinematic action choreography, Spine is coming soon to PC. We're just minutes away from starting our top 10 countdown. And make sure you stick around all the way to the #1 game on our list to see some exclusive gameplay footage. But before that,
really,
here's a message from our friends at PC Game Pass.
Okay. Nah, chat, they wouldn't, man. It is Source? I love that. They were talking about Silk Song, but like nothing release date or anything.
For its first post-Destiny release, Bungie's taking a walk back through time for our first entry in the most wanted top 10. Wielding 30 years of sharpened shooter design, the studio is busy carving a new extraction shooter from the series that paved the way for Halo. So far, we haven't seen much of Marathon.
Let's go,
But
Rowan!
its mix of rampant AIs, mysterious alien precursors, unknowable space entities, and high-saturation clone firefights are more than enough to earn slot number 10. Here's a special message from the studio.
Hey, you. Number 10. Marathon.
Huh? Right, yeah.
Hello, I'm Christopher Barrett, franchise game director on Marathon. We're incredibly humbled by the reception Marathon has received since its announcement earlier this year. Being voted one of the most anticipated games on PC is an honor which absolutely motivates everyone on the project. The whole team's hard at work right now, building Bungie's take on the extraction shooter genre. And the next time you hear from us, we'll have a lot more to show, including gameplay. Thank you.
I genuinely cannot wait for that one. Right, let's keep things moving with a couple more trailers.
My creation has gone rogue.
All right.
shall rebuild it. I might die.
Okay. I like the look of this.
I am the master architect.
Oh, this is kind of cool. Build your way towards the stuff, and then you play in a platformer.
In control.
Sick. Yeah, you basically build your own dungeon. Yeah, that's actually really cool.
Welcome to Crashlands. 2. Explore a world filled with wonder, mystery, and some of these things. And then slap them. Just slap it all. Except these. Best to make a home for yourself, but not just yourself. After all, if you're gonna make it on this planet, you'll need all the help you can get.
Crashlands 2 drops
yeah,
onto
this
Steam in
hacks.
2024. At number 9 on the most wanted is the product of a simple design philosophy. If you look hard enough, you can always find somewhere to put another skill tree, even if you end up making a second game in the process. Warm up that left mouse button because we're about to show you some Path of Exile 2. We
Okay.
traveled all the way to New Zealand to speak with the team, climbing the highest mountains to visit their studio in Auckland.
I'm sure we'll see this later, though.
Number 9, Path of Exile 2.
No, I think they're gonna have
It seems the old ways still hold some power.
Show me a meaty two-hander. Oh. There we go. The first boss fight they showed during ExileCon actually looked difficult. I hope most fights are like that.
Path of Exile 2 is basically our next generation action RPG. And one of the things we really wanted to make sure that we were doing with it is to make the action combat really, really excellent. We just want to make sure that anyone playing the game, you can play it like an action game, feels fun to play. We've added things like dodge rolls and like hack canceling, things like this. And it just means that the game just feels a lot better than it previously did, as well as everything else that you'd expect from a sequel to Path of Exile.
One thing in particular that sets Path of Exile apart is obviously the depth, but in the itemization systems, crafting systems, but also the sheer number of quantity of monsters, encounters. Like, we have over a decade of content that is going to be available in Path of Exile 2 as well.
For Path of Exile 2, we really want to keep the mechanics from Path of Exile 1 that are great, but we can now have the opportunity to rebuild them or restructure them in a way that is easier to understand and much more accessible for someone coming at it for the first time, and keep that depth there, either hidden away or much more natural to understand.
I think there's a big difference between depth and complexity. Path of Exile 2 in some ways is less complicated than Path of Exile 1 because we've simplified the sort of technical complexity around doing things like the way you socket skills and things like that to
Okay.
make it easier to understand.
For
But at
three
the
heads
same
like
time,
me.
we're making sure that we keep all the depth in terms of character options and things that you can do.
I will
So
PSD,
everything is still
100%.
there as far as like what can I do to build my character. It's just that it is easier to do so because you don't have to be worrying, for example, about when you're changing your items that you're going to break the way your skills are working and things like that. So I think that actually new and regular players can tolerate a lot of depth. It's the complexity that we want to try and avoid. The dodge roll actually came about because we really wanted to be able to find a way to having some skills that took longer to do than other skills. But the problem with that is that skills feel really terrible if you start them and then you can't get out of them. So we really needed a way to make that interruption be possible, and the dodge roll was a really great way to do it. We actually already had a philosophy for Path of Exile 2 boss design where we wanted to make sure that everything was dodgeable. But previously we were just doing that by running around. But I think the dodge roll has actually changed a lot of things, and especially because, you know, now that you can expect a player to be able to do that, it means
Can you
that we
dodge
can
in
have the
Diablo 4?
expectation and the balance as well.
We've
Dodge
done
roll?
fresh design on everything. We've taken some elements from PoE1 in terms of monsters,
You can,
specific
okay.
monsters, and brought them over, and kind of because they were fun to play. Like, why not replicate something that is still fun to play? But of course, it's full fresh coat of paint. There are definitely new systems. I'd say a lot of the monsters are faster, for example, which is where dodge roll helps to come into play. We have secondary AI systems that allow the monsters to do skills while they were performing another skill. Much like how a player can dodge roll to interrupt a skill, a monster can now do the same thing. We have a lot more monsters doing interactions with the environment. They'll interact with the world more, a lot more spawning from things, a lot more, like in one of our areas, the Isle of Kin, we have monsters riding on top of another monster, and then when they get
That's
close,
what I
they jump
like.
off.
See the impact on that?
There's
It
a
feels
lot of design
good.
changes that have had to go on to take into account the way that the new skill system works. So with something like the Mercenary now, we're developing how crossbows should work. We kind of really looked at that and thought, okay, how can we make crossbows just feel completely different than bows? You know, if you look at a shooter, it's like pistols and shotguns and things like that. Like, what about those makes them different from each other? And so therefore, it makes the whole experience just feel so different than what a bow feels like now. You know, you want that like pull the trigger and it instantly fires, you know, that kind of instant response type of thing. And I think that as we approach each different character class, we're thinking like, how can we make the skills here feel so different than every other class?
For a lot of the really unique skill sets like the crossbows, which are almost basically guns, there's a lot of work that's been done in other games to make those feel great that we had the opportunity to bring into Path of Exile, and there's a lot of lessons of what works well in a shooter that can work well in an ARPG if you do the work,
I like
get the
that.
animations right, get the timing right. We've done a lot of core system changes to make it so that it feels like you've got as much control
Sorry,
as you
Wombat,
would
yeah.
in a shooter-focused game. There's a lot of what have other games done well that we can bring into Path of Exile that no ARPG is really built on, because they don't have the crazy level of skill variety that we've ended up having.
So we've got a live stream later today where we're going to be showing off 2 of our character classes. We're really deep diving into the mechanics.
That's what we're going to
really
watch
excited
later.
To show that. So if you're interested to know more about Path of Exile 2, then tune into that later today.
In about 1 hour and 20 minutes. Path of Exile 2 looks fucking tight.
Not to be feared.
Log in.
Now, if you're anything like me, you leave your Christmas shopping to the absolute last second and then speedrun the entire thing in a single afternoon of guest checkouts and regret.
I am Rose, yeah.
But what to buy the PC gamer in your life? Well, our good friends at Intel have a few ideas. Here's 5 of their favorite gaming deals this holiday season, all on offer now at Newegg. The Acer Predator Helios gaming laptop. Inside is an i7-13700HX CPU, an RTX 4070, 16GB of DDR5 memory, and 1 TB of storage. We've been big fans of Acer's Helios machines for ages, and the new 16-inch Predator has fast become one of our favorite gaming laptops. It's the perfect combination of processor, graphics card, big 240Hz screen, and price. The 24-thread Intel CPU is mighty strong too, and the RTX 4070 graphics card also supports the magic of frame generation for a buttery smooth experience. This is the Gigabyte Aorus 15 gaming laptop, running on an i7-13700H CPU. RTX 4070 graphics, 16GB of DDR5 RAM, a 1 TB Gen 4 SSD, and a 15.6-inch 165Hz QHD display. If your needs are a little lighter, this only slightly smaller 15-inch Aorus is a great option. You still get a 20-thread Intel CPU with the same RTX 4070 GPU inside it and a high refresh rate QHD screen. It still packs a serious punch, and if you want serious frame rates from the latest games, either of these laptops has you covered. We've also got the MSI Katana 17 gaming laptop, an i7-13620H processor, RTX 4070 GPU, 32 gigs of DDR5 memory, and a 1 TB SSD. If you're looking for a lot of screen real estate, MSI's 17-inch chonker will get the job done without costing a bomb. The 13th Gen Core i7 is a 16-thread chip. The machine still sports an RTX 4070 graphics card to handle all the newest releases, and you content creators are going to love the massive 32 gig of DDR5 memory this expansive laptop has to offer. Next, MSI's Aegis gaming rig, carrying the i7-13700F CPU, an RTX 4060 Ti, another spacious 32 gigs of DDR5 with 2 terabytes of storage. So yeah, you remember that big black obelisk from the start of 2001: A Space Odyssey, right? MSI's Aegis R PC very much has that vibe, but also throws in a little RGB gaming flair. Inside this monolith, you'll find a beefy 24-thread Intel CPU.
I have a feeling there's going to be some Elden Ring stuff, you know?
Find in a PC at this price. Finally, we have the 12th Gen
Not
Core
Coke.
and Arc bundle, an i7-12700K CPU and the Arc A770 with a $50 discount. But there ain't much that can top the feeling of building a gaming machine with your own 2 hands. And these Intel Silicon bundles will allow you to do that at a bargain price. For us, pairing a 12th Gen i7 with an ASRock Arc 770 is a real smart money play, because these older CPUs share a ton of DNA with the latest 14th Gen chips. And this graphics card has only got faster since launch. Damn, those are some powerful computers. Let's hope Santa thinks we'll all be nice this year, or at least he hasn't heard any of the things you've said in solo queue voice chat. Okay, our next game is a fun one. A blisteringly fast racer and a 1999 throwback you didn't know you needed. Racing into early access soon, this is Death Grip.
Garfield clears this game. True, true.
Now that's what I legally can't call pod racing. The whole reason we're here today is because, yes, there are an incredible amount of video games, and we want to help you decide which ones are the most deserving of attention. But if you're watching and wondering, hey, why isn't The Elder Scrolls 6 one of the most wanted games? Well, let me explain. Our voting process for the most wanted list prioritizes games that are imminent and that we know lots of information about. The more confident we are in a game's release date, the more rewarded it is by our voting system. But still, there's a long list of high-profile games that have been in dark mode for years and years. While theoretically enormous, they're frustratingly absent from the public eye. So, just to give them at least a moment of acknowledgement, I'm going to see how many of these I can rattle through. Ready? The Elder Scrolls 6, Bioshock 4, which was announced 4 years ago, the eventual Cyberpunk 2077 sequel, The Witcher remake, Project 007 from the team that made Hitman that's probably going to be incredible, Dragon Age Dreadwolf. Come on, BioWare, let's see it. Death Stranding 2, Star Wars Eclipse, yes, the Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell remake. Oh, and that untitled Fallout
Bloodborne
RPG from
PC,
Blood
say it,
Interactive.
Frankie.
That League of Legends fighting game that looks really good, a Wonder Woman game, the new Indiana Jones game from the folks that made Wolfenstein, Good and Evil 2, which has been in development for something like 15 years, the reboot of the Escape series, and Crisis 4. Crisis 4. Oh, while I catch my breath, let's see a couple of games that actually have gameplay footage.
Our world is in chaos. The gods and their armies of the dead seek to rule over everything we call home. I'll be damned if I let that happen.
Oh yeah, it's this one. This looked kind of cool.
Survivor. Soldier. God killer.
Nice. Nice. Forspoken? Oh, I forgot about that game.
Time for a word from our good friends at Mad Mushroom.
Mad Mushroom is a publishing company that is going to be a little different from other publishing companies.
Mad Mushroom gives us the opportunity to enter the games industry while at the same time elevating and amplifying the message of hundreds of indie developers.
You are literally working hand in hand with influencers to figure out how to make your game as enjoyable as possible, not just to play,
Make it
but
draft for
also
the 41.
from a content viewing perspective.
If you're a developer and you're interested in us publishing your game, you can go to madmushroom.gg, check it out. We're very passionate and we're very excited about what we're doing here.
In a city that never sleeps, innovators like Kieran Short and the All Street New York City Collective remind us that with the right tools, like the Alienware laptop, the boundaries of art and technology can be pushed beyond our imagination. That's where Alienware's top-of-the-line computers come in. Introducing our real-life XP Boost, the Alienware Power Boost Benefit. Scan our QR code or visit the site below to see how Alienware is undeniably stepping up the game.
Ah.
In Islands of Insight, you awaken on a floating island as a seeker. Your goal is to explore a serene fantasy realm of ancient wonders and natural beauty, solve its mysterious puzzles, and unveil the secrets of the islands. We designed the world to be brimming with thousands of handcrafted puzzles, each of them carefully placed throughout the landscape. You might start off solving logic puzzles and then decide to search for hidden objects or go find some perspective or memory puzzles to take on. Designed by some of the best minds in puzzle design, our puzzles vary in difficulty and are thoughtfully crafted to be relaxing, challenging, and satisfying to solve for newcomers and seasoned puzzle fans. There is no linear path in Islands of Insight. You choose where to go, which puzzles to solve, and in what order, all at your own pace. You can solve puzzle quests to unlock new areas in the campaign, or explore the main island, an expansive open world where most of the puzzles and secrets are found. Wander around the sublime landscapes on foot, or glide above them. Our shared world allows for seamless interactions and collaboration between players.
Really?
You can interact with others for a bit of guidance, or you can play entirely on your own. This is your adventure. In today's fast-paced world, we hope Islands of Insight delivers a sublime escape for players looking to unwind. If you want to discover more, play our demo today on our Steam page.
You play the
In
alpha for this, it's actually so
1999,
fun.
Homeworld brought RTS space combat fully into 3 dimensions. Now, 20 years after Homeworld 2, it's a very different world for real-time strategy, and an excellent time for a comeback. From Blackbird Interactive, this is Homeworld 3.
Is it? Oh.
Number 8, Homeworld 3.
First batch of bombers rolling off the line. Looking good.
Vancouver.
Homeworld 3
is a 3D strategy game set in space. It's incredibly cinematically compelling.
When we were first starting up on Homeworld 3, we were thinking, what are some of the coolest spectacles you can think of in the universe that you would want to play in or around?
In essence, Homeworld 3 was really our original dream of Homeworld 2. The problem was, in the late 90s, early 2000s, the vision for Homeworld 3 was utterly impossible to make.
Massive coronal sun ejections, massive battles in asteroid fields.
Massive environments with these giant megaliths, you know, like gigantic Death Star-sized things that would create an interesting landscape for the player to move their units through. We had to wait 20 years before we could do that. So anyone who's interested in strategy or strategy-like games, we want to immerse basically anyone who loves science fiction.
For us, Homeworld 3 is a love letter to the fans of the franchise that have been with us over the last 20, 22 years. And with Homeworld 3, we want to just continue that amazing feeling that you got from playing Homeworld 1 back in the day and give that to you again. You can play Homeworld 3 at the pace that you want to play. Tactical pause are going to allow you to actually just pause the game 100%. We have a classic controls, which you'll know and love from Homeworld 2, and then we have our modern control scheme. And that one is built around FPS controls that you know and love from the games that you've played before. So MOBA players, RTS players from other games will be able to quickly understand, okay, if I want to go somewhere, I just click on this element here. Cinematic combat is such a huge pillar to the franchise. We want you to be able to get in there, find the coolest camera angle, and enjoy the spectacle. For anybody who's never played a Homeworld game, they'll be able to get right into the action.
We wanted choke points. We wanted interesting strategic decision-making for the player.
When engaging in combat, terrain will actually matter. We have tunnels where you can actually take your fighters and frigates through those things, and that will actually remove you from the enemy sensors, so you can ambush them. You can actually use a larger ship to take fire for another ship.
So in Homeworld 3, we focused a lot
Chad, they're
on
not going to show
what
Bloodborne.
wasn't already available for us within Unreal. We wanted to figure out the more distinct views that the game would have that separate Homeworld from any other game, which was mostly the skybox and the lighting to give that feel of being in space. When you go into a nebula, the ship understands how much coverage it has from that, which will affect
This is
the
gonna be
concept of
Garfield
fog
card,
of
isn't
war
it?
in the game. We knew that we wanted persistent damage on the ships, and so then we focused on what that system would be like.
You'll see the history of your battles as you go through the whole campaign. Please wishlist and pre-order the game. We're super excited to have you.
A myth, a tale of a long-forgotten saint. For there was once an empty potential about to be birthed into existence.
There's no point in starting DS3 now when this show is over, like soon. After that, I'll continue it though. And then we're doing Path of Exile announcement. And then maybe Lethal Company.
The saint, reincarnate as fit and proper, but never aware. Dictated from beyond by blessed ignorance and idle hands.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a 30-man lobby. It would be a 4-man or 5 or something.
Blessed be she. Life is not given, but received, and her worth lies therein. Blessed is she. Blessed is she. Blessed is she.
I see you, Rumkai. Bot sniped you though. He's linked
Hey,
Ichio.
you.
Crowded.
Perhaps you've heard of an obscure little indie game called Stardew Valley? Or maybe the hundreds of cozy
Oh.
life sims it inspired.
Oh, that's
Whilst its
interesting. Oh,
imitators
yeah, this
are
looks
busy trying
interesting.
to rebottle the farm life lightning, Stardew's solo dev is leaving the barnyard behind. From two editors at PC Gamer, Lauren Morton and Molly Taylor, let's hear more about this highly anticipated follow-up.
Number 7, Haunted Chocolatier.
Molly, you and I end up talking about cozy games on the PC Gamer Chatlog podcast quite a bit.
Which is why it's so exciting that its creator, Eric Baroni, is currently working on his next game, Haunted Chocolatier, where instead of us being on a farm, we're like running a chocolate shop instead, which sounds super exciting.
We haven't seen a whole lot about Haunted Chocolatier yet. We've seen a brief trailer and we've seen some screenshots. We've seen like boss battles potentially. We've seen a bit of the new cozy town. We've seen some expanded combat over the Stardew Valley formula. So we're definitely anticipating hearing more about it as it continues development.
So I'm really excited to see how Baroni is going to take that formula and evolve on it. And I have a pretty good feeling that Haunted Chocolatier is going to be setting the standards for cozy games for years to come.
Assistance required on the corner of 5th and 24th Street. A gas station has exploded and we require immediate medical attention.
Received loud and clear. We're on our way. ETA approximately 5 minutes.
Ambulance Life, a paramedic simulator? Oh. I'd be down to try that.
The crusade is about to overwhelm us. The crusade is on the rise. I have to warn everybody. We must keep them from reaching the Enclave at all costs.
I'd save everyone, I think.
Lorelei, it's been an honor fighting by your side.
Likewise, my friend. But we'll make it out of here. That's a promise. Fate brought us here. We did not come by choice.
Arcane Moon, thanks 66, and Captain Rimmer, yo, thanks 50, bro. Thank you.
The silence that devoured my home. Please, guiding star, send me a sign.
Queen Lorelei of Erengard, they call me Murdoch. The bird will guide you to my side when the time comes.
The crusade brings you a better future. Soon, there shall only be silence.
The void will devour everything unless we stop the crusade.
Firstborn, starborn, even constructs. Deep down, we are all as one.
A vibrant blend of 4X management and card-based RTS battles, Songs of Silence releases in spring 2024. Next up on the Most Wanted Highway, a game that knows nothing beats a road trip. Just you, your car, the open road, and the interdimensional horrors bubbling forth from reality's cosmic wounds.
Number 6, Pacific Drive.
There's not going to be Bloodborne.
The Olympic Peninsula.
No Elden Ring.
The crown jewel of the Pacific Northwest.
No Sekiro
Views
DLC.
and quiet solitude offer everything you need in the most beautiful place on Earth.
There is no cause for alarm. Take shelter in the closest pocket of stability in your area, and please refrain from thoughts or memories of home.
I think we've seen this one
The
before.
chain of events were in plain sight. Strange accidents leading to the government's claim of eminent domain and subsequent seizure of the peninsula. the evacuation of 100,000 people, and the attempt and abject failure at containing the rumors that spread like wildfire.
Yeah, I think we...
Hours before Arda came to extract us.
9. Some zone secrets are best left secret.
8. 7.
I don't even look up at the sky anymore.
6.
Was she a myth, martyr, or monster?
5.
Nothing had more potential than limb technology.
4.
And look what it did to the Olympic Peninsula.
3. 2. 1.
Distinct honor to introduce to you the American people. A new scientific frontier with a raw power, the potential is limitless. On this day, we welcome
What the fuck? I mean, we're on top 5 now, I think. Mortal Crux? What is this? Okay. Yo, this actually looks really nice. I like this. Four-player co-op? Yo. Nah, this is cool. I like this. Mortal Crux. Okay. A little bit of Trine vibes there.
I just love that we're seeing smaller studios take a swing at Souls-like gameplay. Mortal Crux is coming soon to early access.
They said Souls-like.
Coming
Souls,
up,
Elden
we're
Ring DLC.
nearly at the top of our list. It's time for a second helping of Helldivers as the most wanted countdown continues.
Number 5. Helldivers 2.
What game was this?
If there's one thing we value, it's interstellar combat with giant acid-belching insects, or as the fine soldiers of Super Earth call it, democracy. Now shooting in third person, the Helldivers redeploy for co-op, and our panel of experts can't wait to enlist.
Alright.
Helldivers 2 arrives on PC for some co-op Starship trooping on February 8, 2024. Now, we turn to the unholy rebirth of a 2009 strategy cult
Bloodborne.
classic. When Hell's Throne sits empty, its greatest devils march to war in this stylishly sinister game of ungodly grand strategy. Here's the latest trailer for Solium Infernum.
Set in the bureaucratic nightmare of hell, Solium Infernum is a political strategy game like no other. The Prince of Darkness
Hell
has vanished,
political strategy
and to ascend
game?
to the Dark Throne as ruler
kinda
of
cool.
Hell, you must prove to the Infernal Conclave that you are the most powerful archfiend of all. Equip powerful relics and cast rituals that can turn the tide of battle. Command legions, summon colossal titans, bribe minions, and attempt to outbid your fellow archfiends in the bizarre Hell's Blind
Alright, this is not my type of game, but if it was, I would be super excited for this. This is cool.
Archfiend, for it is malice and malevolence that win favor in hell.
Astaroth.
Insult and extort your enemies, goading them into open warfare, or worse, humiliation.
Bro, it's like Risk, but in like hell or
Scheme
something.
in your sleep.
Looks
with
cool.
asynchronous multiplayer. investing just a moment each day in games that can last for weeks. There
I
are
mean,
no
civilization,
loyalties here in
risk,
the Abyss,
yeah.
and betrayal is the name of the game. Solium Infernum isn't called a
Just
friendship
not my type of
destruction
thing.
simulator for nothing.
And I know it's very popular.
Better to rule in hell than serve in heaven.
Solium Infernum. I don't know, I thought that was a cool setting for a game like that. And then summon like
History
gods
is
and
defined by moments when its greatest himbos collide. In January, the world will stand witness as Yakuza's very best boys unite for an ocean-spanning RPG adventure. And probably like some mahjong.
Hey,
like a dragon earned high marks.
Oh my
from
god,
Alpha
it's gonna
Secrets.
show the entire
Let's
fucking
see
story.
what Sega's got cooking.
They're gonna show the entire story.
Number 4, like a dragon, infinite wealth.
Lately, our old friend, the Seiryu clan's been acting mighty suspicious.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Asuka-san.
I'm sending you to Hawaii. There's someone there who wants to meet you. It's your mother, Akane-san.
What the hell's going on?
Freeze. Kiryu-san? High time you met the head of the Barracudas. Name's Dwight.
Barracudas are after me. Akane-san, they're after her too, you know.
You seen this?
This is someone else. Ganja.
You trying to tell me there are Yakuza in Hawaii?
The head of Kazuma Kiryu. What better trophy than the head of a dragon?
I really, really need your help, like, right now. I'd take a bullet for a bud any day.
Take cover!
You can always turn a new leaf, but you can't turn back the clock. All you get is the precious time you're given. You ready for this, Kasuga?
Let's do this.
Bro, they're actually showing the entire fucking game. Why do they always do
You
this
haven't
every
missed
time?
your chance at our gaming PC giveaway. Follow the QR code on screen now and complete our viewership survey. Once you're done, you'll be in the running to win a custom AC Mirage PC created by the talented guys at Blue Horse Studios and boasting a Core i9-14900K CPU from the show's presenting sponsor, Intel. Hell yeah, free computers. We're just a few games away from the #1
Here we
game
go.
in our countdown.
Elden Ring
And from
DLC.
showing you some exclusive gameplay footage I think you're going to like. But first, here's another game from our wishlist, Crown Wars: The Black Prince.
War, your great passion. How appropriate, for it makes you blind to our ascension. We were here well before your kings, before your religions. We will be here after your empires. We are domination. We are power beyond imagination. We are blood, death, multitude. We are the terror that whispers in the dark. We are the chaos in all things and the order within chaos.
Calette!
You may be many things, but we have hope.
Yo, Daitha thinks 20, Milamila thinks 20. Yes,
Manage
we're gonna
your
watch
forces
it.
for medieval tactics in Crown Wars: The Black Prince, coming March 2024.
I hope you step on Lego. Also 20. Thank you, thank you.
Sometimes PC gaming gives us games that empower us
Come
to
on,
make
Frankie.
games. Our next studio visit
Let's
is
go.
with the group behind Everywhere,
Software
an ambitious
Studio.
creation platform currently in development. Let's hear a little more about the big vision behind Everywhere.
What? Is it?
Hey, my name's Adam Whiting, Assistant Game Director here at Build Rocket Boy, and I'm working on Everywhere. So it's a world of creativity and exploration and discovery underpinned by really high quality systems that hopefully inspire the next generation of games creators and world builders.
Hi, my name's Leslie Benzies. I am the game director of Everywhere and Mind's Eye, founder of Build a Rocket Boy. Everywhere is a place where players can tell their stories, where they can build their own world. There's shooting elements, there's driving elements, there's puzzles. Players can build UGC, take part in many different experiences, and they can also play a AAA game called Mind's Eye. Tools, which we call Arcadia, they're a part of Everywhere, so you don't have to jump to a separate executable to trigger them. We built the platform with UGC in mind, so it's inherent to the games.
Arcadia, I think, is a really wonderful suite of creation tools that we're using internally to build content within the platform. I think that's really important. If you're using one set of tools and then giving a lesser subset of that to players, they immediately realize the limitations of the toolset they've been given. Whereas we want everything that players play within Everywhere to serve as inspiration because they have the same tools that we use to build that experience.
So you could look at Utopia as the hub where you socialize. It's where you come into the games, meet up with your friends before you decide to go play the entertainment that you and your
We'll do, Birki, we'll do.
It's a place that you arrive in within Everywhere,
Hey,
and then you
you.
can use it as like a launch pad, jump into any other type of experience. Go and explore the open world of the biomes surrounding Utopia City. You can jump into the district buildings that curate specific types of content, or you can jump into anything you want to through our portals or through invite some other players. But essentially, that's the kind of foundation that you use to kind of experience all these other interesting kind of facets and gameplay experiences.
The progression system of the game, the actual gameplay of Everywhere sits within the biomes, and then you've got these abstracted other areas, which we call arcs, and they're pieces of UGC content that we build and our players will build, and they're held separately from the main world.
They're connected by virtue of the fact they're all part of this one ever-evolving, ever-changing world called Everywhere, and they're all connected, so using the same character and the same data to kind of traverse these different experiences, but they're not causally related or narratively related. You know, we were intentionally take a very light touch with the narrative within the game because we want this to be a world where players have agency and they have freedom to infer their own stories and their own world building within this space, and we don't really know what they're going to do with it, and we really want to earnestly kind of move forward with them and help them build this world with us. If you were kind of able to take part in like a shared reality with other players of all different types who had all different types of backgrounds and experiences and wants and needs, but they're all being fulfilled by the creative potential of one particular platform, I think that'd be a really exciting place to be.
So it's like you just make your own stuff.
Test, it's more of an infrastructure test.
The first people moving into this world are going to be able to check out our systems, allow us to do a lot of kind of testing of the back ends and all that kind of stuff. But they're also going to be kind of the intrepid explorers, the first into this brand new horizon, the first people to experience the tools and be able to build some really cool content with them. We're keen for everybody to get involved. You know, like I said, this is a game that's been built from the very beginning with people like you sat at home watching this video right now in mind. So I implore you, please come to everywhere.game, sign up for the alpha.
And we're very excited to hear player feedback.
Time for a new world.
Oh.
Let's build it.
I thought, yep.
Together.
I think we're on like the last game soon, chat. It's gonna be Bloodborne PC or Elden Ring DLC, dude.
We're closing in on number 1, but first, the follow-up to a roguelike with fittingly mythical acclaim.
Hades? Yeah!
Number 3, Hades 2.
Mr. Fun, K65, I hope you step on Legox 20, bro. Radberg X 40.
After
Anchor
3
Ross
years
14.
and who knows how many deaths, we still can't get enough Hades. And apparently neither can its developers. In Supergiant's first sequel, Hades is imprisoned and the Titan of Time is loose. You're the witchcraft-wielding princess of the underworld striking out against the forces of Kronos. It's really something to imagine how Hades 2 could build on the slowly unfolding storytelling and elegant design of the first game.
Oh my god, they zoomified the Christmas song. Jingle bells.
the clocks.
It says surely Bloodborne. I always have that at these shows. I've had it for like 3 years. Thanks for the 66 death modes. It's probably 5 years actually. I used to have Elden Ring in my title, but then yeah, it actually got released. Before Elden Ring, you did have Bloodborne DLC. No, you mean Bloodborne PC. From Bloodborne to Elden Ring back to Bloodborne. Yeah. I've had Bloodborne in my title on these shows for a long time. I remember that. I don't understand why it doesn't even, like, why not even like a PS5 upgrade? Like, anything.
You know, we don't think of the PC as the birthplace of platformers, but we continue to see outstanding 2D and 3D platformers release each year. Nice. Okay, Elden Ringers. However many boss kills you've got under your belt, the greatest test for every tarnished is, well, it's Millennia. The second greatest test is patience. And by God, FromSoft, haven't we been tested enough? Torrent needs his exercise. As we scratch at the locked door of the lands between for details, let's hear from some of our voters about what they're expecting from this expansion.
Number 2, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree.
I'm extremely excited about the Elden Ring DLC, Shadow of the Erd Tree.
It's time, baby!
Personally,
yes!
I'm hoping that they will introduce a new vast area to explore that gives you that same magical feeling as exploring Limgrave for the first time. Just something new and exciting around every corner, pretty much. In terms of boss fights, I'm hoping there will be bosses that are even harder than the base game.
Hey,
if we go back to previous From Software games, typically we've seen that the best
part of
and
council,
hardest
I know.
bosses are in the DLCs. Some examples would be Midir, Gale, Orphan of Cos, Sister Fried, Manus, I would definitely say. It would be thrilling to see if they could come up with a boss that's even more difficult than Millennia. Story-wise, I think we'll get a greater understanding into Millennia's brother Mikola, which has been very much hinted and talked about.
There's not
in
going to be a
the-
sneak
the
peek
main
now.
game.
Or
All in all,
a release
they can
trailer,
release
or
this DLC
dates.
soon enough.
One final RPG featured in our show today is the return of a true cult classic.
Yeah.
We saw this studio right at the beginning of the show with horror game Still Wakes the Deep, but they're also working on the second coming of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
Come on, Chad, do you really think it was release date? Banger, though.
Tell me, Willem, what rumors have you heard about me?
That you were there in Cairo. They called you the Slayer.
And what will I be to you?
Wait, Bloodlines. Wait,
this
is that the
lonely, forgotten warehouse?
Bloodlines? Yeah, yeah. I was thinking that. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. And then I was thinking, wait, is that the Battle Royale game? No, yeah, this is tight. This is tight.
You're exactly what he said you'd be. I guess that makes it easier.
Makes what easier?
What happens next?
This is made by the Amnesia Machine for Pig devs. Oh. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was a long time ago.
Tops our most wanted list. Let's recap the top 25 so far. Still Wakes the Deep, Sword of the Sea, Holston, Persona 3 Reload, Harold Halibut, Star Wars Outlaws, Skate Story, Menace, Avowed, Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yes!
Frostpunk 2. Gloomwood.
Banger.
Grand Theft Auto 6. Tekken 8.
Banger.
Hollow Knight, Silk Song.
Banger.
Marathon. Path of Exile 2.
Banger.
Homeworld 3.
Apparently a banger.
Chocolatier.
Stardew Valley.
Pacific Drive.
Interesting.
Helldivers 2.
I don't remember.
Like a Dragon.
Spoilers.
Infinite Wealth. Hades 2.
Banger.
Elden Ring.
Banger.
Shadow of the Erd Tree.
We've ranked 24 of our 25 most wanted games, each capturing a different piece of our fascinations. We've had meditative sword surfing, demonic skateboarding, eldritch road tripping, whether it's the three-dimensional space strategy of Homeworld 3 or the ever-expanding universe of build crafting and Path of Exile 2, the most wanted represents the games we can't help but hunger for. But for our panel of experts, one game more than any other had a clear hold on our hopes. This game received the highest voting total from our panel of critics, developers, and content creators. It's the long-awaited return of a series that found wonder in jammed firearms and crackling Geiger counters, striking a balance between lethal tension and dystopic beauty that's never quite been matched. But also, this game is a testament to developer fortitude. This is a project that's weathered wartime, including office relocations and most recently,
It's gotta be
a
Stalker.
severe
Yeah.
studio fire.
It's gotta be Stalker.
Here is our most wanted game.
It's gotta be Stalker 2, yeah.
Number 1. Stalker 2. Heart of Cornoble.
Hello,
Cornoble?
everyone. I'm Yevgen, the CEO of GC Game World and the game director of Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl. Recording this video feels almost surreal as I accept the award for the most anticipated PC game. Being here proves that several elements much larger than myself aligned for this moment to happen. Firstly, it's about you, our fans. Many
Ukrainian
years
name is
ago,
different.
when
Oh,
the
I
journey
didn't know
we
that.
had
Okay,
planned
interesting.
concluded, you refused to leave the zone. You enriched it with stories, love, and life, ensuring that legacy continues through the years. You've shown us that there are still goals to achieve and stories to tell. Your passion has guided us throughout this journey, and I can never express enough
That's
gratitude
not
for
it?
that.
Okay, I'm confused.
I consider this
Whatever.
award a symbol of your unbreakable trust. Secondly, it's about the journey itself. This path was extraordinary, marked by dedication, passion, and commitment from everyone involved to deliver an unforgettable experience.
He never blinked.
I feel blessed to lead a team like this, and I dedicate this award to those talented individuals.
Oh, yeah, he hasn't.
Stalker 2 stands as the biggest and most complex game in our lives. It was ambitious from the beginning, but evolved into an ultimate challenge.
Oh my
It holds
god!
extreme
How does he
significance
do it?
and a deeply personal connection for us, crafted amidst the most
haven't seen him
stressful
blink, it's true.
conditions imaginable.
Unless I'm blind.
Including the pandemic, war, relocation, cyber attacks, life threats, and more. Additionally, it's about the legacy.
What if he
Stalker
blinks
began
when
as a
all of
PC
us blink?
franchise and has
So we all
always
think he
been
never
loyal
blinks.
to the PC community. Receiving this award at the PC Gaming Show feels like a confirmation that we will remain true to our vision and roots. This holds extra significance for me. I understand that discussing somber topics during a gaming show might not be ideal, but I'll take this opportunity to address the situation in my homeland. The war still goes on in Ukraine. Those currently fighting on the front lines, including GC employees, are real heroes. Not all of them were trained for this, they simply couldn't turn away. Stalker 2 was important for us even before the war, but now it stands as a national product, aiming to convey Ukraine's unbreakable spirit to the world. Today, we celebrate our victory here, while simultaneously striving for our homeland's ultimate triumph in the future. I am overwhelmed with the joy to recognize that Stalker 2 entered the final phase of development. Fellow Stalkers will soon reunite in the zone once again. Thank you all for this award. I assure you it holds far more meaning than I can express in a foreign language. Now I want to show you the story trailer we have prepared for this occasion. Please enjoy.
me about my good luck charm. Remember? It's an empty shell.
Decided to play soldier with me? Dimitri and I were just discussing a certain puzzle we found in the zone. But we can't quite seem to get all the pieces to fit. Maybe you can figure it out.
It reminded me that we used to be puppets.
I took just one awkward step, and my whole world plunged into darkness. I'm sorry, Strider.
That was the day the perceive fields were turned off. Suddenly, the voice of Monolith was gone. I felt as if I was awakening from a years-long coma. And through the scope, I saw the body of an unknown soldier fall.
We had a simple choice. Sit back and just wait for another super emission, or take a chance and get control of the anomalous energy.
Only I didn't choose that path. Unlike you.
Chernobyl.
Thank you for joining us in counting down the PC gaming show Most Wanted. And thanks as well to our sponsors at Intel for helping us put on this broadcast. And remember, all the games featured in today's show can be found on the PC Gaming Show Steam page at pcgamer.com/wishlist. The Most Wanted list will continue in 2024. The overflowing bounty of PC gaming does not quit, and neither will our judges. But before then, we'll see you back here in June 2024 when the PC Gaming Show returns. If I can find my way out of this bunker. They've locked me in and I think they're about to turn the lights out. Thank you again for watching.
Well, there's that. I should follow this. So I believe